So you're thinking about buying a new construction home in Northern Virginia, and you've heard a lot of rumblings about the whole process, but you're not quite sure what's accurate and what is not. So in this week's video, I'm gonna be busting 7 of the most common myths out there about buying a new construction home right here in Northern Virginia. So sit back, relax, because we're getting started right now. Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor, and welcome back to another video. So there are a lot of misconceptions and myths out there about buying a new construction home, but as someone who personally bought a new construction home here in Ashburn last year, I want to bust some of those myths right here and right now so that your new construction home buying process will be that much easier. So let's get the video started right now with the first myth on this list, with new builds are less expensive than resale properties. So this is a very common myth, and I have a slight idea where this myth came from, but we're going to talk more about that with the next myth in this video. But new construction homes, they're not just a little bit more expensive than resale properties. They're substantially more expensive than resale properties. Now, some aspects of buying a new construction will be less expensive than a resale property. One is you don't have to worry about immediate repairs or replacements because everything's brand new. And secondly, a lot of builders here in the Northern Virginia area, they pay some or even all of your closing costs, so it can be a little bit less money out of pocket. But it's a completely different story with the sales price. So here in Northern Virginia, the median sales price of a resale property is $650,000. Now, if we compare that to new construction homes here in Northern Virginia, the median sales price jumps all the way up to $860,000. So it is 32% more, or $210,000 more expensive to buy a new construction home compared to a resale property here in Northern Virginia. So this myth is definitely busted. New construction homes are not less expensive than resale properties. You're always gonna pay a premium for new versus old. Now, the next myth out there is the price you see online is the actual price. So this is probably the most frustrating part about shopping for new construction homes, is the advertised prices that you see online. They're very misleading. Let me explain. So let's check out an example listing. This is a new construction home in Aldi listed at $929,000. And when you look at the pictures, this home looks fantastic, beautiful, absolutely stunning. And if you're looking online and you see this, you're gonna think, I want to buy this house today, because a very comparable resale property would be just as expensive or even more compared to this new construction home. So that $929,000, that is not the price for that home. And not to mention, that's actually the model home, not the home you would actually be buying. So the $929,000, that is just for the base price. That does not include lot fees, structural options, and design studio options. And those numbers add up very quickly. I'll use myself as an example. The base price for my townhouse style condo in Ashburn was $585,000, and I spent about $80,000 in structural and design studio options, so my actual sales price came out to $665,000. So how much should you expect to spend above base price for your new construction home? Now, it's definitely going to vary quite a bit, but I'll just share with you kind of the averages that I've seen over the years. So if you're buying a townhouse, expect to spend anywhere from $75,000 to $100,000 above the base price. And then if you're planning on buying a single family home, expect to spend anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 above the base price. So this is why sometimes people think new construction homes are less expensive compared to resale properties. It's because of the advertised base price, especially when you compare it to very comparable resale properties. But this myth is busted. The price you see online is definitely not the actual sales price. Now, the next myth with buying a new construction home right here in Northern Virginia is all builder upgrades will pay off for you when you resell. So when you actually sit down with the builder to design your home, the builder has a plethora of options available to you between structural and design options. Now, all of these upgrades, they usually do add some value to the house. However, it will not be dollar for dollar or more when you eventually resell the property. I'll share with you 2 quick examples that probably will not pay off when it comes to resale. One is, if you're buying a townhouse, a lot of builders will charge anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 to get the end unit. However, when you go to resell, you may only get a $10,000 to $20,000 premium for having an end unit compared to your interior unit neighbors. Another example is the most premium appliance package that you can pick from, because appliances, they depreciate in value very quickly. So if you go to resell that property, let's say 7 years from now, and you spend $20,000 on the top of the line appliance package, it does not mean you can sell your house for $20,000 more compared to your neighbor who just got the mid-tier package. Now, without question, the best builder upgrades that'll pay off with resale is focus on the kitchen, but without the top of the line appliance package. Focus on the primary bathroom, focus on having as little carpet as possible, and finishing the basement. The next myth out there is you do not need a home inspection. So just because the house is new does not mean this house has no problems. There is no such thing as a perfect house. Literally every single home that's ever been built is gonna have some sort of issues. So usually about 7 to 14 days before you taking delivery of your house, the builders give you a window to do a home inspection. 100% do it. Spend the $650 it costs to get the home inspection done, because A, you're gonna learn everything about your house, and B is any issues that the home inspector finds, and he's gonna find some, by the way, the builder, they're gonna fix those items before you go to closing, so it is a no-brainer to do a home inspection. In fact, when I did my home inspection for my personal new construction home, I had about 10 items on there. Now, there are minor items, but the builders got it fixed before I took delivery about a week later. The next myth out there is prices are non-negotiable. Now, if you go to a brand new community or a community that has a lot of demand, the chances of being able to negotiate off the sales price are very low, because if you don't take their sales price, there's 10 people behind you who will pay the price that the builder's asking for. However, I'm gonna give you a pro tip if you wanna negotiate off the sales price with a new construction home. Here's what you do. Find a new construction community that's towards the latter stages of development, and they have already built inventory that they're trying to sell quickly, especially if it's getting closer to the end of the quarter or end of their fiscal year. And then another pro tip is get pre-approved with their preferred lender, because once you're approved with their lender, now in their eyes, you're a real buyer and they're gonna take you seriously, and they're more willing to negotiate with you. In fact, earlier this year, my client wanted a new construction condo that was already built and been sitting on the market for about 3 or 4 months. And we went in, asked for $20,000 off the asking price. The builder did come back to us. Instead of $20,000 off the asking price, they countered at $20,000 credit, which my client was very happy to accept. And he was able to use that $20,000 credit to help buy down his rate, which made his monthly payment a lot more affordable. So yes, in the right circumstances, you can definitely negotiate with the builders. Now, the next myth is the on-site sales rep works for you. So when you go to a new construction community, there'll be somebody there to greet you, and they'll be super friendly, informative, good communication skills, but they do not work for you. They are hired by the builder, they work for the builder, they have the builder's best interest in mind, and their number one job is to sell homes for the builder at the best price possible. So just keep that in mind. Whether you choose to hire a realtor or go at it alone, the sales rep who works for the builder doesn't have a fiduciary duty to you as the buyer. Now, the next myth, and probably the most common myth I hear out there, is not using a realtor will save you money. So basically, every single builder out there offers some kind of compensation to the buyer's realtor. But some buyers think, hey, if I don't come with a realtor, that money that my realtor will get, the builder will pass those savings on to me. So unfortunately, that's not how it works. The commissions are already built into the sales prices of these homes. So if you go in there without a realtor, they're not gonna pass the savings along to you. It will be the builder getting the savings. So the builder's the only one who wins in this scenario. So you might as well arm yourself with a professional realtor, ideally someone who specializes in new construction homes, because a professional realtor will help guide you through the whole process, help go over the contracts with you, which by the way are favor the builders big time, and then most importantly, help you save some money by giving you advice on what upgrades to do and what upgrades not to do. So if you want to learn more about the process of buying new construction homes here in Northern Virginia, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me email. You know I got your back. And if you want to learn more about living right here in Northern Virginia, check out these videos right here. They're going to be great resources for you. And I'll see you on the next video.